Hi guys, I hope you're all well. My name is Zainab Karaki and today I'll be presenting on the concept of lying in the name of the collective good and uncovering whether it's a form of evil or just an information disorder. To do this, I'll be using Lying in the Name of the Collective Good, a developmental study. Lying is wrong. You should never lie. Always tell the truth. These phrases have been instilled into us from the moment we started to understand the world more around us. But what if your lie detracted any evil undertones and it was simply done in the name of the collective good? Would that make it okay? Well, that would have to depend, right? What is considered good and what is actually considered evil? Both these words and their connotations are subjective to each individual, which brings us to our next question. Can lying in the name of the collective good be justified? Before we answer this, let's uncover what lying is. So, what actually is lying and what makes it wrong? Lying requires that a person make an untruthful statement to another person with the intention that that other person believes that untruthful statement to be true. So, it's clear here that lying just means avoiding the truth. Regardless of the person's motive, a lie is a lie. Some people will automatically count that as unethical, which brings us to our next definition. What actually are ethics? Ethics is the study of morality. It involves careful and systematic reflection on moral decisions and behavior and helps achieving a correct analysis of situations.
I got them from my jeweler.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
Let's break this down by using an example. I like you, man. You lie a lot audio from TikTok. I'm sure we've all heard this audio on TikTok before while it was trending about a month ago. People use this audio along with a TikTok video displaying them either getting complimented by strangers or friends or being told things by their partner to make them feel better about themselves, regardless if they were true or not. This audio is just a simple and everyday example of telling a lie without an evil agenda, but rather a good one at a very basic level. Although people generally reject lying, they often feel that lying in the name of the collective good is morally justified because blue lies serve pro-social purposes. A perfect example of this is the coronavirus pandemic and the way former American President Donald Trump dealt with it. The words stated by politicians are held to a higher standard than that of a regular person. This is because these politicians are elected by the people of the country or nation to make the correct decisions that will ultimately reach the best outcome. All of this should be done truthfully, although this is often not the case. President Donald Trump insisted that he didn't lie to the American public about the severity of coronavirus, despite having told journalist Bob Woodward in March of 2020 that he'd been intentionally downplaying the virus's potential impact. Trump downplayed most of the pandemic, telling white lies as if there were nothing. He downplayed the pandemic in hope of avoiding any panic and instead thought that by telling these lies, he would instill some calmness instead. He had said things like the cases were going way down, when in fact, at that time of the statement in March of 2020, the numbers were actually increasing or plateauing, and the surge that came after was worse than the first one that had occurred in the spring. On Saturday, July 4th of 2020, Trump stated that 99% of cases were totally harmless, when in fact, Anthony Fauci, the chief medical advisor to the President of the United States, stated that 15% of cases were severe and 5% were critical, which completely discredits Trump's statement. Are Trump's lies categorized as evil, or do we consider these lies in hope of averting a medical crisis ethical, or even somewhat okay? Although this information is intentionally planted, it is done to avoid problems. This is usually enough of a reason to morally justify these lies. People act upon feelings. Negative feelings usually equate with negative reactions, whereas positive feelings equate with positive reactions. Regardless of this, it is still a form of disinformation, which is false information that is intentionally stated. Some people may view this as unethical, but is it enough to be categorized as evil? Another example that explores this exact situation is Immanuel Kant's axe. This example that he created entails an axe-wielding man and argues that if a man knocks on your door, brandishing an axe, and demands to know where your friend is, and your friend is hiding inside, then you must tell him the truth.
So what are you going to say at my funeral now that you've killed me?
The reason Kant gives for this is that it is our moral duty to tell the truth. It is a subset of the categorical imperative.
So what are you going to say at my
Without
funeral
this,
now
the
that
world
you've
would be
killed
filled
me?
with mistrust and deceitfulness and trickery, and that isn't a world that would function well. Kant believes that in that instance, guilt should only come into play if you lie to the axe murderer and then he still
So
ends
what
up
are you
killing
going
your
to say
friend.
at my
If that
funeral
was
now
to
that you've
occur, then
killed
it would have
me?
been your fault that your friend died. But if you told the truth and your friend still got killed, then that had absolutely nothing to do with you. So is lying in the name of the collective good morally and ethically justified if it serves a communal purpose, if that purpose inhibits problems and instills goodness or avoids a dangerous situation? Does that make it okay? Thank you.